Yo, internet, how's it going? You know, I like talking about Anthem, but surprisingly enough, though, it's like, yeah, like we kind of already read. Like most people have heard the Fallout news of Anthem. We've heard like that they've put out a statement, basically saying like that, saying like that even though the game may be in a troubled state now, that they don't like to point fingers at team leaders and members, which to a certain extent I can respect. They also went on to say that we don't believe that articles that do that are making the industry better, making the industry and the craft better. To a certain extent, I do understand that, but looking at how they create games and whatnot, like even going into this super long article about the past of Dragon Age 4 and how that even before they took some of the members off, kind of get them to work on Anthem. You know what I mean? Like even this game still had a troubled past, where like they still had a troubled development cycle, which even goes in, because I said this before, but it's like some of Anthem's code is mixed in with Dragon Age's. So because of that now, well, yeah, like it's easier for them to develop the game now, but still they're focused so much on trying to get everything right with Anthem that it's gonna take them a longer while to get this down with Dragon Age. And even going so far as that, looking at this primary article of, I'm not even sure what I'm even waiting for Anthem waiting for anymore when it comes to Anthem. Specifically, like this kind of got me thinking. It's like, wait a second, if Anthem if Anthem is one of those games which that, yeah, it shipped basically like in a beta mode, right? Okay, you don't got a story mode, you don't got a stronghold, like there's like roadblocks everywhere. What can you do specifically to kind of get this game like to come around? For people to even like the game? Well, you got to do what they did with games like Destiny 1, Destiny 2, games like that. Like what they did with I want to say, what was that game? Dark Souls 2. Like what they did with that, where that when that you start fresh with the DLC, that like a big hefty DLC while people are still playing with the main game, because the Taken King, the Forsaken, the DLC, like all the DLC for Dark Souls 2, they turned the game into something completely different that like it made them feel a bit more like their original counterparts, or it made it feel a little bit bigger. Well, now Dark Souls 2 wasn't so bad. Like that's just level design. Like that's just what that is. As for the Forsaken, like that is literally giving you a different objective, giving you a different goal, a beginning, middle, and an end to a story, a main objective for enemies to take out. I mean, at this point, like the only thing Anthem can promise can promise people is like, wait a second, we got some extra story, we got some strongholds, and we got some raids coming. Which at this point, like they do have an Act 2 and an Act 3 because they have a super long roadmap, which is, I guess, is filling people with hope. But at this point, it's like, well, the only avenue that they kind of have to fall back on now is DLC. And I wanted to ask a question specifically. It's like, is this okay in the gaming? I mean, like, I know that this is the president for the gaming industry now, but I'm like, when will it not be okay? Aside from Fallout 76, when will it, and everything else that Bethesda's doing, like, when will it not be okay for them to do this? To just put a game out that's worth $60, the game tanks, they promise to make it better, and then just rely on DLC. Because again, like I agree with what they said earlier. Articles that focus on the negative, it necessarily isn't helping out the industry or the craft. But yeah, Destiny 1 was an anomaly. Okay, fine, man. Like it wasn't the best, but like you can grow better. The second one, what I mean? You're trying to monetize the game like all heaven and whatnot, and also you kind of like didn't give a lot of content you gave me like 6 chapters. I mean, like 6 to 12 missions, and then that's the story, you know. And then you got to rely on DLC. The same thing happened for Anthem. Like we're basically we're walking this path again. The difference is that we're not doing a monetization thing. The thing we're dealing with the game itself. But that is what I gotta say about that. Like, see you next time on the next Jongravesshow Show. All that craziness. Subscribe, hit the bell. See you next time. I'm out.